Max wanted music.
Batted by Messrs Boyer and Byrne. Voilà. And it's Tristan Tedder who will get us underway here at the Stade Aimé Giral.
Capitaine.
Mouchiquet blows his whistle. Tristan Tedder gets us underway. Perpignan in the light blue jerseys. Racing in their dark blue away kit. Ludovic, the referee, saying that it was a knock-on by blue, which is confusing because both teams are wearing blue. But you see there from the replay, it was clearly the Perpignan player who knocked on. First error of the game then goes to Oviedo of Perpignan. Now we have the first scrum of the match. Clovis Lebaille holds the ball for Racing. Kamikamisa, the Fijian number 8 there for Racing, perhaps seeing the possibility of a breakaway with the ball at some point. Mouchiquet unhappy with the banding of the front row. And he's asking the scrum to reset. You can sense the plotting and planning going on there among the Racing backs. Clovis Lebaille about to put the ball in. Lebaille puts the ball in, retreats to the back of the scrum to collect. Finds Saïd. Saïd wants to go for it. He's brought down. This is Lebaille again. Feeds inside to Loré. Lebaille prompting once again. Here's Francis Sally. Chivancy. This is Tarrant. Danger here for Perpignan. We're on the 5-meter line. Racing still pressing. Here's Lebaille once more. And so far, Perpignan equal to this attack. But one senses Racing might have a few tricks up their sleeve. The chip towards the left wing, it's collected. And Imhoff forced out of play. Interesting play there from Racing. Just over 2 minutes on the clock, and certainly the leaders of the Top 14 looking very much like the team in charge. Enterpriseship there from Martin Melian, the young number 10. And the line out in the meantime is taken. Perpignan in possession and pushing forward. Ekocha, the scrum half of Perpignan, with the clearance. finding touch near the 40-metre mark. And a chance for USAP to breathe a little, take stock, and maybe relaunch some kind of attack. Racing, of course, making a really bright start to this game. Racing in possession. Melion finds Saï, finds Melion again. Neat exchange of passes. Chivancy's gone down. And Perpignan pushing right through, but Tarrant has stolen in for Racing. This is Boris Palou. And Mouchiquet unhappy with an offside decision, I think he's given there. Indeed, he found that the Perpignan number 7, Maxime Baudon, 21-year-old Frenchman, was offside. It gives Martin Melion the possibility to kick into touch. And as, of course, that was a penalty, it will remain a Racing ball for the line-out. Penal touche is the expression they use in French. La touche being the French expression for the line-out. There's the guilty party this time round. Here come Racing again. Ball collected very neatly. Tarrant looking forward at the back of this maul, but they're driving forward. Tarrant's in possession. And pushing towards the line. Racing have an advantage too. Lebay looks to feed the ball inside. The push towards the line. Perpignan somehow holding Racing out. This is a real threat for the home side. Lebay looking to his left. And that's Saï gone through. Referee Mouchiquet saw a knock-on in the middle of that move. And certainly Francis Saï looked like he was in a position to score then, but knock-on in that move. Mouchiquet has brought the play back to an infringement which took place during the line-out. And there we see it was the number 3 for Perpignan, Nemo Rolefsa, coming in on the side in that maul. The replay showing very clearly that Saï didn't manage to ground the ball. That was given as a knock-on. And it's time to patch up the walking wounded. Great atmosphere in the stands, as always, among the former players. Meanwhile, back on the pitch, Racing in control. Centre of the shot there, Frédéric Michalak and Stuart Lancaster, the coaching pair for Racing. And it's Racing again trying to construct this driving maul. Perpignan holding set. But it's a fraught moment for the home side. Rolefsa going round and coming back to provide his force. Lebay takes possession. Looks inside. Racing pushing towards the line. Abosi there goes to ground. Racing come again. And Perpignan get back. Possession, try to clear. It's driven down by Racing. And Mouchiquet is bringing the play back. To a position just on the 5-metre mark. Scrum awarded there to the home side, Perpignan. Perpignan or USAP. It stands for Union Sportive Harlequin Perpignanais. That's Sporting Union of Perpignan Harlequins, to give you an English translation of that. So USAP or Perpignan in the light blue jerseys. Racing 92 Racing 92 in their navy blue away shirts. So Racing, the visitors, top of the top 14. They're keeping the pressure on Perpignan. Perpignan, of course, are in 12th place. They need all the points they can get. And whilst their home form this season has been good, winning 4 out of 6 home games, in this one, if you look at the form book, it's all for Racing. And so far, just 6 minutes in, of course, I underlined that statement, just 6 minutes in, Racing very much on top. Ecochard with the put in for Perpignan. Oviedo picks and goes, the Argentinian pushing through, making use of that 113 kilograms to push his way in, but Racing saw him coming. Back to McIntyre, who clears. McIntyre buying some time for his teammates. Line-out will be for Racing 92 on the 40-meter line. This is Oviedo trying to make his presence felt, but great bit of defensive work there from the Racing side to halt the Argentinians' drive. And it's Loré to Labai. Meliand once again. Chavancy finds Saï. Saï goes into contact, as he loves to do. This is Labai. McIntyre making the saving tackle there for Perpignan, who get back possession. This is Ekochar, looking to his right. Perpignan trying to find a way through. Neat play by Duguevalu. Perpignan coming back towards the centre of the field. This is Rolefsa. Ekochar. Ekochar on a run now. This is McIntyre, cuts back inside, finds a gap in the middle of the field. Jay McIntyre on a run, getting to the 22 line. Perpignan making a real burst here and putting Racing on the back foot. We come back into the centre of the field. Perpignan now into the Racing 22 for the first time. And Perpignan trying to find a way through, but the Racing defence is resolute. McIntyre sweeps the ball out to the right-hand side. This is Veridamu. He's held by Imhoff. Advantage to Perpignan. Can they put this to their advantage? Tanguy. Perpignan looking to find that gap. This is De La Fuente, the captain. Ekochar looking to his left. He has options. Brazzo. Perpignan edging forward. They've still got the advantage, says the referee, Monsieur Kerr. And now it's an anxious moment for Racing. This is Perpignan finding a gap in the centre of the field. And here we go, sweeping out to the right-hand side. And it's a neat sidestep on Perpignan in for the first try. That's Louis de Pichot against his old club. What a moment for the former Racing man. Louis de Pichot with the opening try. And as the stadium announcer says it, it's a try for Perpignan. Louis de Pichot, the scorer. Ekochar playing a real key role, as every scrum half should. But as the ball comes across, de Pichot sidesteps, manages to lose Saï and goes over the try line. Possibly against the run of play, you might say, but no doubting the class and quality shown there by Louis de Pichot. And all the sweeter for him against his old club. So de Pichot pops his gum shield back in his mouth as Jake McIntyre lines up this conversion. McIntyre adds the 2 extra points. That's 7-0 to Perpignan. Sweet moment there for Louis de Pichot. Much appreciated by his coach, Frank Azema. Tedder relaunching the match then. And Perpignan taking an unlikely lead. It has been all Racing up until the moment that Louis de Pichot, the former Racing player, was able to sidestep, lose the defence, find the gap and score that try. The issue here, I think, is that the ball didn't go far enough to satisfy the referee, Monsieur Kerr. So we're back for a scrum in the centre of the field. Embarrassing moment for Tristan Tedder, but he'll shake that one off, as Taylor Swift might say, and no doubt continue to be an influential player for his team. So Dupichot, the scorer there, the fullback of Perpignan, who last season was playing for Racing, and of course Tedder, who we saw earlier make that error last season, was playing for Perpignan. Ecochard puts the ball in for Perpignan. Oviedo finds Ecochard. Ecochard on a run, looks to Dupichot. Dupichot finds Veradamu. Veradamu cutting inside. Great determination from the Fijian. This is McIntyre again. Perpignan growing in confidence. McIntyre looks inside. This is Oviedo, the Argentinian number 8. Going through two challenges there, as you can see. Ecochard looking to his right. McIntyre again. Veradamu. Dugivalu. Ecochard once more. Through the legs from McIntyre. Whilst it was Van Tonder who collected the ball. The move breaks down, sadly, for Perpignan. Perpignan gaining in confidence after the try. And so they should. Their home form has been nothing short of fantastic, with 4 victories out of 6 so far this season. So they've every right to believe in themselves. We saw there the hand of Juan Imhoff of Racing knocking the ball out of Van Tonder's grip, resulting in the knock-on by the Perpignan player and the scrum to the leaders of the top 14, Racing 92. What does Clovis Labai have in store in this next move?
Allez, je vous attends. Relevez. Allez, on y va, s'il vous plaît. Allez. Allez, on continue, on met du rythme. C'est parfait jusqu'à maintenant, on y va. Allez.
The referee calling for better form, better vigilance from the 2 front rows. Suker usually takes no kind of messing in these sort of situations, as every referee should. Commands are issued. Clovis Labai puts in the ball for Racing. Bouchard retreats for Perpignan. The ball breaks away. And Racing on a bit of a roll here. But the move breaking down. Labai cleans up. He finds Leclerc. Leclerc finds Saï. Saï moves inside. This is Chivancy. Brought down. Racing keeping possession and looking to move again. That's a Meliond. And as Imhoff was receiving the pass, he's committed a knock-on going through. Possession is returned to the home side. USAP or Perpignan. Fierce battling going on. Well, that was where Imhoff was unable to collect the pass from his number 10, Martin Meliond. I think he was complaining, the Argentinian, that the pass was rather low. Meantime, Jake McIntyre getting ready for this next move. Perpignan fly half of the 2 centres in a small, kind of tight triangle behind the scrum there. One wonders what they have planned. Ecochard puts the ball in. You can see the 3 players I was talking about just there, supporting Ecochard, coming across and feeding the ball through. This is interesting. This is Dubois for Perpignan. McIntyre collects again, and that, for me, is a forward pass. And I think the Shaker is about to confirm what I've just said.
Capitaine. En avant ou touche.
See the crossover action there by Perpignan, trying to find that gap between the 10 and 12 in the Racing line. Almost worked with winger Lucas Dubois coming through. There the pass from McIntyre, trying to find Veradamu on the right wing. eased out. Wasn't judged before, it must have been the angle of the TV. Here we have now Racing coming forward. Clovis Labai calling for some support. Clovis Labai almost caught in the act. He managed to escape. This is Wenceslas Loré, former French international, pushing forward. Labai collects once again. Meliand. Boniati went down. That's Meliand with the chip forward. And he just finds touch there with Wenceslas Loré steaming through on the hope of maybe getting onto that ball and going over the try line. But Meliand there with an interesting kick, finding a really nice place for the line out in terms of what Racing would like to do next. Nicely placed there for Racing to launch their next attack. Coach Dmitry Stashevsky, former French international there. Now it's Lam with the throw. It's collected by Van Tonda. Perpignan keeping possession. Perpignan pushing forward. Ekochar asking for more protection, clearly looking now to kick. Ekochar clears his lines. And Racing perhaps thinking of playing quickly, Imhoff deciding better. And both teams will set up for another line out. Certainly scoring the try, getting the conversion has given Perpignan a bit more confidence. But what we can say is that Racing 92 are not top of the top 14 for nothing. They are, of course, an accomplished side with players on the bench of equal quality to those on the pitch. This is a maul with Yannick Tarrant, the hooker at the back, and he breaks away. Ekochar takes him down with a hand around the neck. Referee unimpressed, everything continues. Racing still in possession. Boris Palou, Clovis Labai finds Francis Sali. Francis Sali is stopped. This is Meliand. Meliand feints the pass. And a back pass that almost finds Labai steaming through. The play breaks down. This is exciting stuff. Perpignan there, lucky I think to get away with that. This is Ekochar. Perpignan trying to steam up this left-hand side. Oviedo with a loose throw back. And the referee, Monsieur Kerr, calling a halt to proceedings as it gets very scrappy indeed. David Marty, one of the coaching staff of Perpignan, of course, long-time player for the club too, complaining to one of the officials about what went on. There was talk of indications of a high tackle. And certainly that was Ekochar looking high on a Racing player. Was Dupichot's excellent defense there. Temperature is rising, even though it is early February. It is warm down in the south of France. And the players take advantage of a brief pause here, 20 minutes into the game, in order to rehydrate to a certain degree. Before the restart, which will be a scrum to Perpignan. Perpignan leading by 7 points to 0 at this precise moment in time. Louis Dupichot, the scorer of the try. Former Racing player scoring against his former club. Jake McIntyre with the conversion to make it 7-0 to the home side. Shikar gives the commands. Tom Ekochar has the ball. And at the scrum collapse, Oviedo peels away for Perpignan. Ekochar pointing to his right, McIntyre with the clearance for Perpignan. He finds touch. Tedder relaunches quickly. And away come Racing now with Habosi. The Fijian forcing his way through. This is Labai. And the attempted pass out to the side of his hand there from Maxime Baudon. Didn't find its destination. Yannick Tarrant there, the Racing hooker, finding himself in the position of a winger. Word from Wolefsa to his scrum half, Ecochard. A little bit of running repair jobs going on here. Thomas Leclerc being patched up. This is the sick bay for Racing. Take a look at it. Some big names in there. Gives you an idea of the strength and depth of the Racing squad right now. Stuart Lancaster certainly having a great selection to choose from. This is Ecochard to McIntyre. McIntyre feeds it to his right. That's De La Fuente. Duguivarlu was caught. McIntyre again. Here we go. Perpignan trying to find that way through. Interesting work. And away comes Louis de Pichot for Perpignan. Has he got the legs? Has he got support? Yes, he has. This is Ecochard. He's pushing. Can he get there? And he's over the line. That's another try for Perpignan. Breakaway try. Ecochard goes over. 5 more points to the home team. It's this breakaway by de Pichot that makes all the space. Over goes Ecochard. And what a game Louis de Pichot is having against his old club. De Pichot gets the ball, puts the foot down on the accelerator, away he goes. He looks inside, he's got Tom Ecochard, the scrum half, steaming through. And in spite of the desperate tackling from Tristan Tedder and Vinaya Habosi, Ecochard goes over the line. Another try to Perpignan. Jake McIntyre again adding 2 points to the total. And so far so good for USAP. And for Louis de Pichot, what a game to be having against his former club. Tedder's restart deep into the field. It's caught on the 22 for Perpignan. Chiquet, the referee, saying play on. Ecochard looks inside. The dummy didn't fool anybody. Here's McIntyre. Moves the ball towards the halfway line. And the Perpignan fans enjoying the sunshine, but also enjoying the scoreline at this moment in time. 14-0 they lead.
Arrête un bloc. 5. Le 5, changement. Bloc, s'il te plaît, Stéphane.
Emery joining the Racing lineup. Apolloniati leaving the field, looking the worse for wear. It's Antime Emery, who's usually a number 8 that can play second or third row, very much a utility forward, if you like, for Racing. This is Yannick Tarrant, the hooker who's sprinting like a winger. And that was a great piercing run by Tarrant, putting Racing in an interesting position here in the Perpignan 22. And Perpignan penalised for a high tackle on Tarrant. It's taken quickly by Meliande. Here's Labai looking to his left. Racing pressing. Labai looks to his left once again. This is Baudon. And as Baudon goes over, he commits a knock-on. And you can sense the relief right across the Stade Aimé Girard
Ouais, pour moi, il y est.
With Perpignan currently leading by 14 points nil, but this run from Yannick Tarrant.
À l'avant noir, mais les bleus.
Pace, determination, high tackle as we saw. This is where Baudon was trying to pierce towards the line, but you can see there loses control of the ball. So possession back in the hands of the home side. And the leaders of the Top 14, Racing 92, trailing by 14 points to 0 here in Perpignan.
Ouais, je l'attends. Qu'est-ce qu'on fait, docteur? C'est bon? Reprise. Ouais, en avant noir, mais les bleus. Allez.
It's worth looking at again, isn't it? The run by Tarrant, but the high tackle too. He was lucky not to be more hurt, and the Perpignan player lucky not to be penalised with a yellow or something even worse, perhaps, because that was genuinely a high tackle, and what I've seen in games over the seasons, players being penalised for that kind of challenge. Zajewski looks on. He, of course, specialist at the scrum, former international hooker for Stade Francais and for Racing, of course. Jay McIntyre, the Australian, once again. Hits it high and long, up to the halfway line. It takes the pressure off Perpignan for the moment. This is Azema and Marty discussing the situation. Quick conflict between Jarrett and Leclerc to signal down the line to the Racing team what happens next. Jarrett throws, it's collected by Lorre. Goes into the driving maul, which Tarrant joins. It's fallen apart. Lubai has it. This is Francis Sali for Racing. He's finding a gap. He's going for it. Ekoshar couldn't stop him. Lubai up again. We're in the 22 now. This is Tarrant. Racing threatening. Lorre wants the ball. He collects it. Stopped by Perpignan, but the pressure is still on for Racing. This is Francis Sali. Finds Melion. Melion with the kick. One to chase. And Louis de Pichot, the former Racing player. What a game he's having. That interception was so important. Benyea Bossi was in there for Racing, but de Pichot determined that this would not pass. Look how he goes here. What an important move by Louis de Pichot. Referee Michikar looking to find out who is actually injured. On the far side there, we have a Racing player who's had some kind of treatment. Yannick Tarrant, who is a tough character, to say the least. Now the game will restart with a line out to Racing. More or less on the 5-meter line of Perpignan. Tarrant, having dried the ball, now looks to feed the ball possibly to Lorre, number 6. No, it's gone shorter. Driving more now, setting up. Tarrant about to receive at the back of it. Perpignan desperately defending here. And the pressure is on. That's Tarrant on the back. And it's a try for Racing. Yannick Tarrant it is who's grounded the ball. For 5 points for the leaders of the Top 14. Yannick Tarrant very much mad at the moment. Being treated, gets up, takes the line out. Throw is perfect. He joins the back of the maul. And Racing here had Perpignan very much at 6s and 7s. Tarrant keeps possession. You can see him on the edge there, coming right through and grounding the ball on the line. Referee Monsieur Kerr right on the spot, points to where the ball is grounded. And Racing off the mark in this game with 5 points. Justin Tedder, the South African fullback for Racing, Last year he was a Perpignan player. He's now kicking against his old club. And Tedder skews the ball wide to the left. Complete miss-hit. Beautiful day here at Perpignan. The home side, USAP, leading by 14 points to 5. League leaders, Racing 92 are the visitors. And they have just scored a try thanks to Yannick Tarrit. Their marauding hooker, Jake McIntyre, the Australian fly half of Perpignan, restarts the game. The ball fumbled by Boris Palou. And it's Veridamu who collects for Perpignan. This is Ekochar, looks inside to Oviedo. Oviedo always looking for contact. The Argentinian boring his way through. This is great play. Perpignan really pushing and going to contact and trying to bully Racing into submission here. That's Rolevski with the loose ball, but collected by Dubois. Dubois puts it forward. And this is another one for Perpignan. This is great play. Tavite Veridamu following through, collecting the ball, and the smile tells the story. Much to the joy of the home fans here at Stade Aimé Giral. Let's take a look at it again. Here we see Dubois. Dubois with the kick. We have Dupichot following through. Veridamu gets there before him, collects and grounds the ball. No sooner do Perpignan concede than they score again. What a game! Veridamu there beating Meliand and Tedder to ground that ball for Perpignan. 19-5 the score right now. Tavite Veridamu the scorer. Jake McIntyre tasked with trying to increase USAP's lead just that little bit further. McIntyre launches that ball, and sadly for him it's edged off to the right hand side, but so far so good for Perpignan. Let's take a look again at that driving run by Tavite Veridamu, collecting the pass forward from Lucas Dubois. And once again, it's worth noting that Louis Dupichot, the Perpignan fullback, was there in support, having an inspired game against his former team. Lebay. That's Tedder collecting. Lebay once again looks inside. Tedder, who's moved into a fly half role for the time being. Lebay looking again inside. Meliand. Sally. And a knock-on once again by Racing. Things are going right for the leaders of the top categories just now. Francis Saï thinks he was outdone to. Meliand certainly disagreed, still shaking his head. Let's take a look at the replay. This is Sally. And we're looking for the knock-on. Yes, fumble by Francis Sally. Using the collecting from Meliand, the Frenchman. And the knock-on committed in contact. Perpignan then on a roll at the moment, 67% possession over the last 10 minutes. And certainly the scoreline suggests that Perpignan are in the driving seat right now. Home fans have a lot to cheer and a lot to sing about. And it's sunny, so what could be better if you're a fan of Perpignan? Tom Ekochar. And where we come again. There's a Veridamu cutting inside. This is McIntyre. So off his inside shoulder, that was De La Fuente who collected, the captain. Referee Monsieur Kerr orders Perpignan to play. Ekochar with his foot on the ball. Jockey coming to protect, the kick goes up. One to chase. Collected by Tedder. Tedder looking for a run, looking to kick. Goes into contact, manages to get through the line. This is Clovis Lebay coming for Meliand. Racing trying to press forward and find those gaps. Perpignan defending resolutely on the halfway line. That's Tarrant once again going into contact. This is Lebay. Looks inside. Tedder finds Meliand. And the interception there by Tavite Veridamu. He knows if he kept hold of that one, he was cleaning away, wasn't he? Oh, he'd be disappointed he dropped that one. Oh, he would have been straight through, wouldn't he? You can always see the relief in Tristan Tedder's face, can't you? This is interesting. Perpignan really growing in confidence. But one has to say at this stage, 19 points to 5, Racing's certainly not out of the game by any stretch of the imagination. Leaders of the top 14, they've got a number of plays and tricks up their sleeve to come back into this game. So there was a hint of an off-the-ball tackle there, I think, by this gentleman, Jacobus von Tonda, on Juan Imhoff. Well, here we are with Racing line out. Tarrant with the throw. It's collected by Lorre. Once again, going into the driving maul scenario. Tarrant collects. The maul has collapsed. Referee awarding the penalty to Perpignan. Dimitris Aseski makes that facial expression. In French, they call it faire la moue. It's when you have a bottom lip sticking out. And certainly he's not happy with how that one ended. Fair to say, I think Racing really needed to try something a bit different. Sasieski, they're going to check on precisely what happened there. That's going to be part of the conversation, I think, at half-time. Can Racing vary this sort of attack? Perpignan now awake to what they're trying to do. Certainly the pattern from the lineup from Racing's perspective is Lorre collects down into a driving maul, goes to Tarrant. And of course, on one occasion we saw Tarrant scoring his try. But certainly if Racing are going to come back into this game, as they will want to, they need to find a couple of more ideas to unlock this very resolute Perpignan defence. Chiquer, the referee, will be speaking once again to both front rows. Bear in mind, these guys are weighing in collectively at around about 50, 55 stone for the three of them. You can imagine the power that generates when they push. And certainly when they come together, it's important that the binding is correct, for it to be safe, and for it to be fair. And this is what Mr. Kerr is trying to get them to do and trying to get them to concentrate on doing well. In they go, and the ball goes into Ekochar, walks to the back of the Perpignan pack. And we're bursting forward again. That's De La Fuente. This is Ekochar with his own clearance. Collected by Tedder on the touchline there. South African thinking of playing short, but certainly it had all been closed down by that quick advance by Tavita Veridamu. And it's Yarrick Tarrant in possession of the ball for Racing. Leclerc looks on. Tarrant launches it. It's been fumbled, and it's still in Racing's possession. This is Meliand winding his way through. What a slippy character he is. Over he goes. Leclerc covers him. And Lebay there with the knock-on coming out of the rock. He's disappointed with himself, isn't he, poor fella? Playing his day. Referee right on the spot. Clovis Lebay. Bang to rights. Knock-on. Penalty to Perpignan.
Allez.
Restart, of course, via a scrum. This is Laurent Travers, who is the directeur sportif, the kind of general manager of rugby now at Racing. Beneath him, you have the leadership team of Stuart Lancaster, the former Leinster and one-time England rugby coach, boss, and Frédéric Michalak, one-time golden boy of French rugby, notably when he played at Toulouse, but certainly someone who has a great rugby brain and lots to transmit to a keen and eager squad of young players. Je, says Bouchard. Play. Eccleshare at the back of the Perpignan scrum. Eccleshare thought he was bringing a conclusion to this first half. Bouchard spotted a foul. Spotted the infringement committed by the front row. Eddie Benarous there, the loose head, has been penalised. Which gives Perpignan now a chance to turn defence into attack. Jake McIntyre, fly half, number 10. Kicking as far as he can to give Perpignan a line out. Ah, the ball didn't go out, the ball didn't go out. Well, it's disappointing for him. And as we were showing you the replay, the game has come to a close. Let's take a look. McIntyre kicks for touch. The ball is collected and then it's spilled. Well, that's a shame. Tedder collects, Tedder drops. The referee decided, I've had enough. End of the first half. And it's been a good one for these people, hasn't it? The Catalan fans here are very happy. Perpignan leading by 19 points to 5.
Avec Maxime Baudon, 3 essais, 1 oui pour l'USAP. Première mi-temps difficile pour vous. Peut-être des essais trop faciles.
Difficult first half for Racing. Is the question.
J'ai l'impression qu'on a les mêmes mots que la semaine dernière. On est souvent chez eux, on a beaucoup d'occasions.
Maxime Baudon, as you can see.
So
we've been in there to half all the time. It's disappointing we haven't scored more.
Merci Maxime, on vous laisse aller récupérer
Maxime goes, Baudon walks off. Who have we got now? Louis Depichot, here he is.
Louis, merci d'être avec nous. On vous a vu déjà à titre personnel vous régaler sur cette première période.
Louis, you're having a good game.
De belles combinaisons. Il fallait déplacer.
You've got to try some great combinations.
Ouais, c'est ça. On a pas mal subi en défense.
Yeah, we've taken a lot of hits in defense, he says. But we've made advantage of the ball we've had.
C'est fragile. On aurait pu prendre des essais.
You know, but it's fragile, the lead. You know, we've got to keep scoring tries.
On vous a vu très heureux sur le premier essai.
We saw you looking really happy when you scored your try.
Sans faire de langue de bois, c'est sûr que c'est un
Was it a personal thing?
Mais pour le coup là, on se focalise.
He says, "No, that's all blah blah." He says, "All we've got to do is win. That's what it's about." So level-headed stuff there from Louis Depichot. As the stadium announcer gets the fans screaming. On the far side, you see they're still coming back from the break, but nonetheless, Jake McIntyre about to restart the match here at the Stade Aimé Girard. We are underway for the second half. Perpignan leading by 19 points to 5. Boris Palou collects the ball for Racing. And pressure is on here. This is Meliand trying to find his way through. And we have a change at scrum half for Racing. Number 20 is Max Spring. Camille Shah has come on at hooker, replacing Yannick Tarrant, who took a couple of knocks in that first half as well as scoring a try. In the meantime, we have Benarous replaced by Collingar and Baudon replaced by Diallo. So all change there at the Racing side. As we say, Spring is on for Lebay. Collingar is on for Benarous. Any more changes, we'll bring them to you as we go. Tedder collects for Racing. Straight under pressure from those marauding Perpignan forwards. It's Collingar who was into touch there for Racing. And Francis Sally could not quite collect. And not for the first time, Martin Meliand looking askance as one of his passes goes into touch. It's Hassan Collingar going into contact there. Lam relaunches, it's a long one. Not collective by Perpignan. Martin Meliand trying to collect for Racing, and it's broken loose. Ecochard at the back of that ruck. Rolevsa goes into contact. Perpignan still in possession. Palou across across the ruck there in a strange kind of semi-offside position. The referee giving the benefit of the doubt. We're moving forward. Ecochard with the kick. One for the Perpignan players to chase. Imhoff collects for Racing. As a jink gets caught. Oviedo taking him. The two Argentinians clashing there. Spring looking inside to Colanga. That's Kamikamisa. This is Habosi.
Contre-rack, jeu. Contre-rack, il n'y a pas de souci, derrière, il y en a avant.
Knock on committed by Perpignan there.
Ah, il n'y a pas de souci, mais derrière,
Referee pointed the finger at Lucas Dubois, the winger. See here the attempt to burst through there by Habosi. And there we see the knock-on committed by Lucas Dubois as he tried to bring the ball out of that ruck. Yannick Tarik there, off the pitch. But it's the action on the pitch that concerns us. Camille Shah, former French international, taking over the duties at hooker for Racing. Tough character, which of course comes with the territory. Nakazema, David Marty, the management team there at Perpignan.
Regardez-moi la distance. Allez, on y va, la marque est ici. Allez, on y va de suite. Allez, la distance s'il vous plaît.
The referee, Monsieur Kerr, explaining to both front rows what he wants, what he expects. Correct distance, correct binding.
Par contre, on ne raterait pas sur le terrain.
Protocole commotion. Le 12.
Le 13, je
crois. Le 12.
Le 13.
Ah, le 13. On me demande le 13 pour un protocole commotion.
Talk here about the number 13 with a knock on their head. That's Aliveretti Dugevalu.
Le médecin du match me demande un protocole commotion sur le 13.
There's a talk here of him popping off for a head injury assessment.
Venez.
Il arrive.
And yes, it's Aliveretti Dugevalu who's been told to come off as they check him over. As Dugevalu goes off, he will be replaced by Mathieu Acebes, one of the long-standing figures here at Perpignan. He's seen the promotions and the relegations, and now he takes to the pitch again. 36 years old. Long-serving player, crowd favourite. And as you'd expect, a player who is going to give everything possible to try to keep this positive momentum for Perpignan. 19-5 their lead as we go into this second half. The scrum here is in favour of Racing 92, the top 14 leaders. Max Spring, substitute scrum half. Looks inside, this is Francis Sally. Sweeps the ball out to his left. Tristan Tedder collects. He's held by Jake McIntyre, who wrestles him to the ground. And that's interesting. This is Wenceslas Lore finds a way through. He's into the 22 now. Brought down by Van Tonda. But Racing still in possession. This is Max Spring looking inside. Racing still on the ball. This is Max Spring. Finds Boris Palou. He's brought down. Racing, though, still in possession. Great defending by the Catalans. Diallo has the ball. Spring again. Turns to his left. He's stopped by his opposite number, Ecochard. Chavancy on the ball. Chavancy pick and go. Acebes grabs him. Desperate defending from Perpignan. But Racing still pressing forward. Kariashvili's in there. This is Palou over the ball. looks to run, gets grabbed by Van Tonder. Spring looks to his left, finds Francis Sali. He looks inside. Desperate stuff here from Perpignan. Can Racing push forward and get this try? Again, desperate defense from the Catalans. Laure has his foot on the ball, looking to pick and go. In he goes again. Is he stopped? Is it held up? Let's come at us. Once again, Racing here with a possibility. This is tense stuff. What has Monsieur Kerr seen? That's a double movement I think he's given. So double movement now. He's brought the play back to another foul earlier. Racing were playing that with advantage. Martin Meliand is now deciding what to do next. Henri Chavancy raising a question. So Henri Chavancy has spoken with Monsieur Kerr. He's asked to have the scrum. Racing clearly fancying their chances in this one. This was the break by Wenceslas Laure, former French international flanker. And here the sequence of desperate defending. You saw a double movement there from Boris Palou as he tried to get towards the line. That brought that particular aspect of the move to an end, but it's still Racing that has possession. And the scrum will be just in front of the posts. And here comes a whole raft of changes for Perpignan. Akato Fatatika is replacing Rolevsa. Ignacio Ruiz replaces Lam. And Sacha Lotrion replaces Xavier Chiocchi. So Perpignan will be addressing and competing in this scrum with a new front row. The previous one weighed in at 353 kilograms. I'm not expecting this front row to be any lighter. But for Racing, this represents a really great opportunity to hold themselves straight back into the game. Currently trailing by 19 points to 5. So Cador's leaders certainly had the best of the first half in terms of territory and possession, but it was Perpignan who was the more effective team, scoring 3 tries. Shika unhappy with the lié, the linking part of the command there. And Michel clears his nose and prepares to start again. Tense moments for Perpignan defending this on their 5-meter line. Stade Aimé Giral in relative silence, waiting to see what happens with this scrum. Stuart Lancaster looks on. Dimitri Ceausescu to Max Spring. Again, looks to put the ball in. Scrum has been deliberately collapsed, says Monsieur Kerr. He points a finger of blame at Sacha Lotrion. Now he's judged that Lotrion there with his left arm pulled down his opposite number. Thomas Leclerc. All this scrutinised at a distance and close up by Dimitri Ceausescu, who's coach of the Racing scrum. He, of course, will be referring to his laptop computer on the bench next to him, which he can analyse every movement of these scrums. It's such a fine art what goes on. A grip, a bind can change everything. It's important that everything is precise as well as powerful. Max Spring puts in the ball. He's watched by Tom Ecochard. Ecochard on the case there for Perpignan. Max Spring has possession. Spring puts it away. This is Francis Sali for Racing. He's stopped by Perpignan, but Racing is still well placed. Laure goes through. He rolls over. The referee is unhappy. He says he's rolled. So Wenceslas-Loré is penalised. Michiquet is calling over.
Exactement, j'ai une info de manche de touche
Captain
moi
of
ici,
Perpignan.
ici le gaucher en travers aussi. On a un avantage, on a eu avantage sur mêlée tout à l'heure, avantage terminé parce qu'ils ont progressé. On a avantage, et ici on a 2 fautes sur mêlée, ok? Il faut trouver de la discipline, sinon je passerai à autre chose. C'est bon? Merci.
Guillermo de la Fuente, the Perpignan captain, is told that he's got to get his team to stop making the same mistakes in the scrum. He said he was unhappy, the referee, Monsieur Kerr, with what happened there. Van Tonder, the flanker, receiving some treatment. Saszewski calling for the scrum to be the move of choice of Racing. Now we seem to have a Groundhog Day scenario. But what an exciting Groundhog Day scenario, because this is another setup where Perpignan are really defending to keep this lead in the game. In the meantime, they make another change. Sobella comes on for Van Tonder. Van Tonder going off injured. It's Alistair Crossdale, the Perpignan winger. Not playing in this game. You see there Loré, who was brought down and then he rolls. That's against the rules. But we come back to reset the scrum for an advantage that was being played in Racing's favour. I'm hoping you all keep up with what's happening. Max Spring once again has the ball for Racing. It's still not steady, the referee not happy. Again, it's in favour of Racing. One suspects the experience of Camille Shah is being central to what is happening now in that front row. There he is, Shah, the experienced hooker of the Racing setup. French international, of course. Tough character. He knows all the tricks of the trade and then some. So this scrum happening right in the centre of the pitch, near to the sticks by the Perpignan try line. It's half in light, it's half in shade. And the referee is starting to lose patience now with the respective packs. He's bringing them out for another conversation. So this is a conversation where he's taking Kariashvili of Racing to task, as well as Sacha Lotrian of Perpignan. And I think basically he's told them they're now in the last chance saloon. If this happens again, it's yellow card territory. We wait and see. Camille Shah getting his front row organised for Racing. Catalan voices raised as the scrum now goes into play. It's collapsed once again. Max Spring rather premature with his breakaway, because this time it's Racing that's penalised. And a huge sigh of relief around the Stade Aimé Girard as the pressure now off Perpignan. And Racing having to trot back to rue the fact that they have squandered very clearly a possibility of another try and conversion. Jake McIntyre. You can see the relief on the faces of those Perpignan players. McIntyre now looking to clear his lines as far as possible. Oomph from the Australian. And he's taken the play from the 5 metre line right up to the 40 metre line. From how we're looking at it, it seems that the scrum wheeled and fell at the same time. And certainly the Perpignan players congratulating their replacement tight head, Akato Fatatika. Fatatika there playing a big role in winning that moment. Referee Michiker saying there was a double touch there. En deux temps, he said. It's a double touch. The infringement awarding possession back to Racing 92. Let's take a look at it. Up it goes. 1.
À 10. À 10. On y va, Nord.
Referee Michiker clear there was an infringement. Cambi Shah now coming away for Racing 92. Max Spring inside to Meliand. Meliand feeds Sally. Sally is stopped by Oviedo. But it's still with Racing. This is Meliand again. And once again, fierce defending. But back come Racing 92. And they have an advantage. Referee blows for offside. Perpignan staggering back in retreat. It's important they take position because Racing here threatening to maraud through.
Vous allez redescendre d'un cran, s'il vous plaît. Vous allez redescendre d'un cran. English. Ah, je sais. Ici, 23. 23 bleus.
It was Fakatika who was judged to have been offside in that movement. And the restart there appears to have been fluffed by Martin Meliand for Racing. I apologise, he's done it as finely as he possibly could. He's won a line-out for his team on the 5-metre line. And this is big pressure for Perpignan. We have Cambi Shah who's lining up the throw. Shah throws, collected by Diallo. Straight into a driving wall for Racing. Could this be the try-scoring opportunity that they desperately want? Cambi Shah is still in possession. Desperate defending by Perpignan. And the referee, Monsieur Kerr, sees the infringement. Racing penalised once again. And Perpignan back in possession. The disappointment written all over Cambi Shah's face. The defiance all over the faces of those Perpignan supporters. Great collection there by Diallo. The old 1-2 from Racing, the throw, the collect into the driving wall. Cambi Shah is in amongst that group there. But then the foul, the infringement forced by Perpignan. And the disappointment there on the face of Cambi Shah, Boris Balou and all the other Racing players. Restart then with the scrum for that involuntary knock-on. Tom Ekoshar has the ball for Perpignan. Dimitrius Arshevsky walks away and looks yet again at what went wrong for Racing, shaking his head. In the meantime, back on the pitch, running repairs are made. Tactics are discussed and passed on. And the restart will be a scrum in favour of the home side, Perpignan. So Racing clearly will be disappointed that this period of pressure has not resulted in the try they desperately are seeking to get themselves right back into this game. Once again, problems with the binding of the front rows here. Monsieur Kerr, the referee, losing patience, one can sense. Play, says referee Monsieur Kerr. Tom Ekoshar points to an infringement.
17-23. 17-23.
Those Lotrian and Kareshvili called together. Both have been sent to the sin bin for 10 minutes. That's Tia Kareshvili for Racing and Sacha Lotrian for Perpignan. Now, how this affects the scrum and whether it can be actually carried out as a scrum, we wait and see. Because normally when you can't have a full front row, you can't have a proper disputed scrum. But nonetheless, the referee, Monsieur Kerr, being patient as long as he possibly could. We see there the collapse on that side of the scrum, the blind side, if you like. As a process, we have Xavier Giochi coming back on to make up a full front row. No doubt another player would have gone off to allow that to happen because Perpignan are at 14, as are Racing. And the change round from Racing's perspective is Leclerc has been brought back on. Thomas Leclerc, who is the tight head first choice prop at Racing. To bring him on, Juan Imhoff has had to leave the field. So there we go. The scrums can be now competitive because we have a proper front row. There we see Dubois, who's left the field for Perpignan, to allow Giochi to come back on. Confirmation from our graphic guru. He knows the score. He's smiling as he runs to take his seat. So the front rows, full complement of forwards. The scrum could be competed normally. Both teams are at 14. Eddie Benarous has come back on to complete the Racing front row, and Giochi back on to complete that of Perpignan. Will this improve how they bind and how they hold together? We will see. Ecochard puts in the scrum, it wheels again and collapses. Play on, says the referee. Perpignan in possession. De La Fuente goes into contact. Ecochard once again. And Racing wrenched that ball free. This is Leclerc. And with the exchange of knock-ons, Monsieur Kerr decided it is now a scrum to Racing. This period of sustained pressure from the leaders of the Trois-Quatorze is yet to result in the try that they are looking for. But one senses the longer this goes on, surely they have to get it. Perpignan so far absorbing the pressure, leading by 19 points to 5. We approach the hour mark of the game. Geronimo De La Fuente, number 12 for Perpignan, Argentinian inside centre, captain, organising his team. But the ball is in possession of Racing through scrum half. Max Spring. And it's a pick and go. Racing, here we go. Kamisa there. Meliond is caught. And yes, Meliond caught and not releasing the ball. Exceptional pressure there from Perpignan. Great play. Some fine rugby forcing the error from the young Racing number 10, Martin Meliond. And once again, Perpignan clearing their lines, bringing the play up to the 40-metre mark. So there have been some wild and eventful passes and some regrettable knock-ons in this game. This is our little compilation, just to show you some of the top fumbles of the match. In the meantime, Perpignan execute the line out well, pushing forward. This is Fayasso. Ecochard looks inside, finds Sabella. Sabella being blocked by Kamisha. And the referee bringing play back. Kamisha was blocking play. So Kamisha penalised for not rolling away. He knows he's done wrong. But the thing that hurts most at this stage is the fact that his team's trailing by 19 points to 5. And the indication is that Jake McIntyre is going to kick for goal. The Australian fly half is usually very reliable with the boot. But here the distance is long, the halfway stage. This is where Chat wasn't rolling away. As you can see there, Camille Chat basically on top of the ball. Whether that was intentional or not, what matters is that he was blocking Perpignan getting that ball moving again. So he is penalised. Jake McIntyre with the possibility here of giving Perpignan 3 more points. Kicking from basically the exact centre of the Stade Aimé Giral. This is McIntyre with the long kick. And sadly for him and his team, it's an edge towards the right-hand side and missing the target. Tristan Tedder collects and clears. So disappointment there for McIntyre. Perhaps an indication that Perpignan feeling the pressure and going for the points rather than trying to keep the play going and maybe kick to touch and take their chances on a line-out. Certainly this second half has been dominated by Racing pressure. That said, the defence of Perpignan has been resolute, very strong. And that's a fumbled line out by Perpignan. Racing now back in possession. This is Francis Sali. He looks to his right as Chavancy. Chavancy finds his winger, Habosi. Runs into contact. The ball is still with Racing. Spring comes inside. Camille Chat goes into contact. Puts his arm into the chest of the player trying to tackle him. Meliand finds Tedder. Tedder neatly to Sali. Sali's tackle. This is Boris Paulou. Chavancy. Spring again. Camille Chat active once more. Plays as a hooker, but at the moment he's performing more like a centre. Spring looks inside. Talking of centres, where is Francis Sali? He seems to be tailor-made for this next move, I think, breaking through. This is Melian. This is coming forward to Diallo. Diallo caught in possession there. And Diallo gets it back. Infringement committed by the Racing player who using a hand in the ruck was the symbol from the referee. And he's advancing the kick forward because of some words said by a Racing player. The referee, Monsieur Kerr, taking no messing from anybody in this game. Boris Paulou apparently speaking out of turn. The referee bringing the kick forward. Jake McIntyre this time kicking for touch. Taking the play into the Racing 22. Where Perpignan will have the restart with a line out.
Arrête du temps. Dis-moi. Vous êtes au sol. Vous devez vous relever avant de jouer le ballon. Vous êtes au sol. Attends, bloque, Fanou.
Changes for Racing now. Clemensac on for Saï.
Les changements, c'est bon?
We'll bring you the rest as I can confirm them for you.
Reprise.
Ignacio Ruiz with the throw for Perpignan. It is long, it is wasted. Camille Chat has collected for Racing. Jake McIntyre has him by the foot. But still Racing come away. This is Wenceslas Lauré making the break. Lauré the flanker. Clovis Labai back on the pitch. And here come Racing trying to burst through. This is Clemensac. Labai coming inside. Tedder finds Paulou. Desperate stuff in defence from Racing. Excuse me, from Perpignan. Racing on the attack. And Clemensac put on his backside. This is Leclerc on the ball at the bottom of that ruck. And the ball has been stolen back by Perpignan. Great work by the number 18, Vayasso. And in come Perpignan going into contact. What an exciting game this is. Eclochard blocked by Leclerc. And Leclerc penalised for going in at the side.
Ici, le point d'entrée pas bon. 3.
There he is, Thomas Leclerc, scorer of some 5 tries. Thomas Leclerc, scorer of some 5 tries.
Arrête du temps. Arrête du temps. 10, 10. J'attends le ballon et on y va. J'attends le ballon et on y va. Allez, on va essayer 3, entrée latérale. Repris du temps.
This was the run from Wenceslas Loré. Another moment of Racing breaking through, and Leclerc there, coming in from the side, giving away that penalty. Leclerc, scorer of 5 tries this season for Racing, which is quite a total for a tight head prop. In the meantime, here come Perpignan. Tom Eclochard going into the maul to try to collect that ball. And Perpignan somehow keeping possession there. And here's a chance, bursting through. Exciting stuff, what a run by Verdamu. Micheka trying to sort out the issues here. He realizes that a number of things have happened here that perhaps he couldn't see. And it results in a restart for Racing. Hoofed forward by Tristan Tedder. And it appears that the players who were sent to the sin bin are allowed back onto the pitch. We've seen Giochi going off. Both teams now back to 15 aside. Score remains Perpignan 19, Racing 5. Tedder looks inside to Chavancy. Chavancy goes straight into contact and is held up by Oviedo. And De La Fuente, they're penalised for not releasing.
On arrache le ballon, genou au sol.
Tristan Tedder deciding to kick for touch from this position, changing the point of attack for Racing, taking them right now. Oh, and the ball didn't go out of play, so that what didn't go to plan for Tristan Tedder. And relief again for Perpignan. See the approval of the Stade Aimé Giral. This man, Louis de Pichot, who's been in the wars, as you can see, clears the ball as far as possible. Just to remind you, Louis de Pichot playing against his former club, Racing. He joined Perpignan at the start of this season, and already the scorer of 1 try. He was influential in the setting up of the 2 other tries too. Tom Eclochard leaving the pitch for Perpignan, being replaced. I will give you the name of the replacement as soon as we get it. Rodor, Matteo Rodor replacing Eclochard. Lubai. Here's Tedder, sweeping the ball out to Imhoff on the left wing. He runs into a combination of Acebes, McIntyre, and 2 other Perpignan players, including Oviedo, who's bundled off the ball. But here come Perpignan, and Perpignan on a chase. This is important. Shah needs to get there, but can he? It's collected by de Pichot. De Pichot still in possession. What a game he's having. Perpignan have the advantage. Looking inside. And this is De La Fuente. Fancies his way through, can't find it. Rodor looks inside. And even though Perpignan had the advantage, it was kind of unsure what Rodor was trying to attempt there. The Racing are penalised. Henri Chavancy looking for answers, looking for solutions. At this present moment in time, it's looking like a line out on the 5-meter line. That's the option they're going for. Rodor kicking for that line out, which will be just on that 5-meter line. Racing had even taken position before the penalty kick had been taken. Now, Perpignan have had a lack of precision in their lineouts over the past 20 minutes. And once again, Racing stealing it.
Ballon rentré par les Noirs. Ballon rentré par les Noirs dans un but, mais les Bleus. Ah ouais, là...
In the process of stealing that ball, there was an infringement committed. The try restart will be in favour of Perpignan. David Marty looking on, desperately asking for a kick for 3 points. With that symbol, your guess is as good as mine. You see here the infringement, which leads now to the scrum. The put-in will be for Perpignan. Matteo Rodor has the ball in his hand. And Monsieur Kerr, the referee, as ever, scrutinises very closely the binding and the performance of the front row. The collapse appeared to be on this side, the blind side. And it's Perpignan who are penalised. Akato Fakatika. Tristan Tedder there with the clearance. The second half has been a battle of attrition. The first half had the excitement of the 4 tries. Lots of incident. Very tough, of course. This second half has been really about 2 teams battering each other. Irresistible objects and immovable forces, or vice versa. Chicat penalising the number 4 of Perpignan. Possession given back to Racing because of that error by Marvin Ori. Marvin Ori, the South African second row, former player of the Stormers, 30 years of age. And here come Racing once again. Camille Shah, collected by Boris Palou. Shah goes to the back of the maul. The ball tucked under that right arm. He's keeping connection as he has to, and he comes through. But Perpignan with resolute defending once again. Clovis Labai breaks out, looks inside and finds Henri Chavancy. Labai once again. Short pass. Racing trying to maraud forward. And the error committed. Great defending by Perpignan. That was Oviedo again. Joaquin Oviedo, 22-year-old Argentinian, number 8. Using all 113 kilograms of his body weight in the force there to push Racing and regain possession for Perpignan. Perpignan now really need to get the pressure off themselves. McIntyre's kick needs to find as much distance as possible. We see here Oviedo, the number 8, getting right in there to get hold of that ball and bring things forward. He's having a good game, the young Argentinian. And the line-out once again from Perpignan, it's very approximate. Here comes Chavancy for Racing, straight into contact. Racing keeping possession. Labai looks to his right, finds Shah. Shah finds Tedder. And this is Spring. Lebai. Kamisha once again, all action from the replacement hooker. Palou. Lebai. And once again, Perpignan forcing the error from the Racing players. Not the first time that Boris Palou has been forced into making a mistake. Laurent Travin looks on with that anxious look of a man who thinks, with 5 minutes to go, can my team get out of this hole? Current scoreline, Perpignan 19, Racing 5. The pressure is on the leaders of the top 14. Remember, Perpignan came into this game on a streak of 4 successive victories at home. Racing, of course, looking to correct last week's defeat at home to Toulouse. And so far, everything going to plan for the Catalans. Brazo brought on to replace Oviedo. I wonder what that will mean, because Oviedo's had a very influential game for Perpignan. Maybe that's the issue. He's exhausted. That's more like it from Perpignan. A line-out that worked very cleanly. And they're looking to create now, and that was a very sloppy exchange of passes. But the advantage was in their favour. McIntyre wants to kick to the touchline rather than to the post and take 3 points. Perpignan being ambitious here. They think they can get another try. And this is what the crowd like, isn't it? Well, it's what we all like, isn't it? We all like to see good rugby played. Perpignan decided they're going to go for it. In the closing moments of this game. Catalan fans want a clean line out. And that was anything but. Racing back in possession. That was a real disappointment for Perpignan. But the pressure's still on Racing. Glenzak's on the floor there. That was Tedder. Finds Imhoff, but Imhoff runs into a wall of Perpignan players. And it's a battle royal, isn't it, on the 5 metre line here in the Racing 22. And Perpignan have forced the penalty. This is great play. Racing there, perhaps guilty of not getting away, not clearing their lines when they should have. And Racing have forced the fault from the Racing players. Excuse me, Perpignan have forced the fault from the league leaders. Kabisha really unhappy about that. And Perpignan now preparing to go for it. It's a big push towards the line. Can they push it forward? Ignacio Ruiz it is who's got the ball. And the referee, Michiquet, is taking advice. Ruiz thinks he scored. And we see there very clearly, Ignacio Ruiz gets the ball down on the line.
La décision de terrain c'est essai parce qu'on perçoit clairement le touche en but sur la ligne. On veut juste contrôler qu'il tire bien juste le bras et que c'est pas en deux temps, qu'il ne gagne pas l'espace, qu'il n'est pas trop court et qu'il gagne l'espace ensuite. On va juste contrôler si c'est bien dans le même mouvement, s'il te plaît.
Michiquet, the referee, taking a look at this once again. But you see Ignacio Ruiz on a drive. And just there, very clearly, we see he gets the ball down, totally under his control. What looks like another try for Perpignan. Ignacio Ruiz there with try number 4 for USAP.
Je le vois, il est au sol, ok, avec bras gauche. Ensuite, il tend juste le bras droit, il ne gagne jamais la distance. Il n'y a jamais de mouvement avec les jambes ou d'appui sur le bras gauche pour gagner cette distance. C'est juste le bras qui est tendu pour aplatir. Donc on va rester sur la décision de terrain essai. Est-ce que ça te va? C'est bon? Merci.
We're waiting confirmation from the referee, Monsieur Kerr.
Pour nous, la décision de terrain c'était essai, ok? On a contrôlé. Pour nous, il ne gagne jamais l'espace. Il est au sol, ok, court, et il tend juste le bras droit. Il n'y a jamais de mouvement avec les jambes ou avec le bras gauche pour s'appuyer pour gagner la distance. Non, il tend juste le bras pour marquer, c'est essai.
Evan Chavancy of Racing is disputing the fact, saying that Ruiz moved on the ground. The referee, Monsieur Kerr, is pointing out that his body didn't move. He just outstretched his arm and, in full control of the ball, grounded it. That is allowed. That means a try, number 4 for Perpignan. And it's Ignacio Ruiz who claims the glory. Jay McIntyre once again now with the chance to add 2 more points to Perpignan's tally, and that smile really says it all as the clock ticks towards 80 minutes. This will be the last kick of the match. McIntyre adds the extra points for Perpignan. It brings the scoreline to 26-5. The phone book ripped up here at the Stade Aimé Giral.